Welcome back. Now we're going to do a new plugin called Map Manager. And that happens to be in my hotkeys or my toolbar at the very top. It looks like a trifold. And so we're going to open that up. And you notice right now I have highlighted Google Hybrid. The great thing about ATAK is you have different map levels. So if I hit Google Maps, it then switches over to Google Maps, just like you would have on your phone. Bing Hybrid is a different map layer. And then you've got Google Street Map. Oh, here, I just wanted to show you like a terminal chart. As you notice for like flying. This gives you like all your air stuff for planes and everything. So I mean, ATAK is if you can load it in there, it'll pull it out. I've even had before in here nautical maps like along the coast when we're working there, which would give us the ability as we're on the boats and stuff to know the depths of the water and where we're at and any obstructions or anything that was in there. Now, with the map, let's get this back. Let's zoom in here. With maps, these are great because what's happening is these maps are reaching out because I'm connected through the internet, either through Wi-Fi or through 4G, 5G, through your cellular. So that's the great thing about having a SIM card in your end user device, because then that gives you the ability to move around and all that. And it's not the cellular that gives you the ability to do all this. It's being able to reach the internet. So just keep that in mind when later when we talk about TAK servers and connectivity and stuff like that. But with the maps here, I got Google Hybrid. And there's times where, you know, there's a lot of places that we use ATAK. You don't have the ability for cell towers or for Wi-Fi. And so how do you still get a good clean map where you can zoom in on and see detail, but you're not connected? Well, that's a pretty good question. But I'm going to walk you through on how to do it. And basically what that's called is we're going to scrape a section of the map for you to use offline. And so if you look down at the very bottom, there's a button that's highlighted blue and it says online. And right next to it is a white triangle. If you click on that white triangle, now it gives you the ability to select area, download, cancel, and then you have that plus. But what we're going to do is hit select area. And I'm going to walk you through the rectangle. Okay? So I'm going to hit rectangle, and then this is a 3 entry. So you want to do your left, your right boundary, and then your depth. And so as you see, it gives me a highlighted area that I just brought up. This is what I'm going to download. Now, this is key. Over on Google Hybrid, as you can see, I have a coarse and a fine. And I'm going to tell y'all a little trick on the coarse section. If I move this up, you see that the coarse moves up to 306 meters. What I want you to do is I don't want you to go past 10 meters. And the reason for that is if you go past 10 or the 19 meter mark, you have the tendency to basically download another section of map. And so after you download it, when you hit outline, it's not going to give you a true representation of the area you downloaded. Okay? Now on fine, you see we're at 0.07. Just remember Google, Bing, all these maps, man, you're not going to get the imagery resolution or fidelity, so to speak, better than like 12 inches, okay? So you're wasting your time. So I basically, the lowest I'll go is about 0.6 meters. But if you notice also to the right, this is a pretty big area. That's 2,000 files. So when you download this map, this all depends on your throughput on your internet. So if you got like 1 gig internet, it's not going to take you very long. But if you're running like old school analog, or you're not very good internet, just remember, the more tiles, the longer it's going to take. But for class purposes, because I'm showing you what to do here, I'm just going to rotate up to 1 meter. And you notice that cut me down to 400 tiles. That's perfect. And so now that I've got this, I'm going to hit download. And what this is going to do is pop up another box that says create a new tile set or add to an existing tile set. So we're going to create a whole new tile set. But if you think about it, this gives you the ability, say you have a huge area to download, you could download sections of it and just keep connecting it to an existing tile set. And so at the end of that, then you have a huge area downloaded. But let's do create a new tile set, and I'm just going to label this test. Oops, test map. And then this is something, a pet peeve of mine, or a technique that I do. I'm going to say 1 meter. And what that does is that tells me just real quickly as I see it that I know I downloaded this map to 1 meter resolution. And I'm going to hit OK. And you see at the bottom it's counting down, and it is saying I have 26, 25, 24 seconds. And then once it downloads, you're going to have that offline map. And that's going to give you the ability, as when you move into a sector or a section or a place that doesn't have any Wi-Fi, doesn't have any cellular coverage, you can still get the resolution on your map that you needed. So now it says it's downloaded. Now to see that map, I'm going to hit, if you remember that online button, I'm going to hit the space over here, and I'm going to change it to local. And you see at the top, it says the test map 1 meter, and it's an SQLite. You also see to the right of it that it says outline. So if I hit outline, you notice it outlines the area that I downloaded this map to. And so remember when I was talking about on your course adjustment, see, this is a more true representation of what you just downloaded. If you move that course up really high, that outline could be all the way out here in this area. And it's not a true representation. And it's only because you grabbed a section or a tile of a larger map. So I'm just trying to give you some helpful hints here so you could rapidly see where you're downloaded. That's how you download a map. That's how you work in the offline. And that's how you still have fidelity down to what you downloaded.